Welcome to Stony Creek, located in wild and wonderful southern West Virginia, here in the heart of Appalachia, nestled between the Allegheny and the Blue Ridge Mountains. Join us as we explore a culture rich in history and historical landmarks, cooking mid-Appalachian style, gardening, DIY projects, and back porch sitting. Welcome to Stony Creek, located in wild and wonderful southern West Virginia, here in the heart of Appalachia, nestled between the Allegheny and the Blue Ridge Mountains. Join us as we explore a culture rich in history and historical landmarks, cooking mid-Appalachian style, gardening, DIY projects, and back porch sitting. It's snowing. It's been beautiful weather here and it dropped down low today and now it's snowing. See Susie out there in it? It doesn't bother her. Susie! Okay, I got this 53 ounce can of pork and beans. I'm going to drain this juice off so that my beans are not too wet. So I'll be right back. I drained the excess juice off of our beans. Gonna put them in our baking dish. Next thing we're gonna do is crisp us up some bacon to go in our baked beans. Okay, while our bacon's frying and everything else is getting ready, we're going to cut up a little bit of onion in our beans. Okay, I'd say it's enough onion. Maybe about 1/4 of a cup. Not much. Now, if you like a lot of onion, you can put more onion, of course. Some people just don't like the onion to over-flavor everything else in the beans. So about 1/4 of a cup. Then we're going to add just a squeeze of mustard. And that's all it takes. And then we're going to add probably 1/4 to 1/2 a cup of ketchup. Okay, we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. If you wanted your beans sweeter, you could add more brown sugar. We're going to put a little bit of syrup on top. Now it's really snowing. All right, so now we're just going to peel some potatoes. I'm using just russet potatoes. We're going to butter and parsley them to go with our baked beans and pork chops. Okay, we got our potatoes washed. I cubed them up in just big cubes. We're going to salt them. And then when they get fork tender, we will drain the water off of them, add some butter and some parsley. About a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, we're going to brown our pork chops in the same skillet that we used to fry our bacon in. I'm going to dust my pork chops with my own seasoned flour. I use self-rising flour, garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, some Lowry seasoning salt, and then I'll just salt and pepper the pork chops. And we'll brown those up real nice. Right, beans are done and out of the oven. Our pork chops are browning, and we're just about to add butter to our potatoes. I'm going to add a quarter of a stick of butter. A little salt, pepper, and we'll add some parsley. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, so for our dessert, we've got our strawberries cut up. I'm going to add to that a half a can crushed pineapple. Okay, we got some mandarin oranges, 10 ounces. I'm going to drain those. We're going to mix up one family size box of Jell-O, instant Jell-O vanilla. Takes 3 cups of cold milk. There's 2. We need 1 more. I'm going to use a whisk whisk up our pudding, and then we're going to fold in some Cool Whip. And this is a 8-ounce container. I'm just going to gently kind of incorporate it. Okay, we've got our pudding and our Cool Whip incorporated together. Now our fruit, a lot of the juice has come off, and that's too much. I'm going to drain some of that off. Now we're going to mix it together. You want to mix it up really well on your pudding mix so that your fruit is evenly distributed through all of it. And then we're going to sprinkle some coconut on the top, and we're going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator. And let it set up. You could add any type of fruit you wanted. You could add miniature marshmallows, would be real good in this. Now we're going to cover it with the lid, and we're going to set in the refrigerator and let it set for at least an hour.